Now, when most people think of glamour in New York City, the number one thing they're thinking of is probably not the West Side Highway. Hi everybody, I'm Brett. This is More Video on YouTube, and if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button down below, as new video content is posted weekly on this channel. Now today I'm going to leave where we left off last time with the Panasonic Lumix S5. I'm on the West Side Highway of Manhattan, and we're going to be vlogging a little bit today with the Sony A7S III. So with all that out of the way, let's get started. So West Side Highway was a little bit wild, especially with all that traffic and all that noise interference going on. The microphone, I think, was keeping up though. I don't think there's any clipping or anything. So switching things up a little bit. Now I'm in Chinatown, close by the Brooklyn Bridge. So I've been filming with the Sony A7S III today with the Peter McKinnon Variable ND2. I have the usual setup going on. I've got the Rode Wireless Go along with the lavalier, filming in auto exposure, auto white balance. The autofocus is on. It's getting my right eye right now. I have a little white square around my right eye. Also, I'm trying out this new handheld tripod, and I will put a link to that in the description below. I was using a different handheld tripod for a while. This one gives me a little bit more of an extension of length, which is kind of nice. So the last time I was filming with the Panasonic S5, New York City was slowly warming up, and today is an even better day. I was actually at Washington Square Park earlier by NYU, and the whole place was just filled with people. You could barely move your elbow. There was just so many people. Also, I'm curious to hear what you all thought about the Panasonic S5 and its autofocus performance in the last video. I changed up the settings a little bit, and I know a few people were asking for more settings to compare, but for my uses, I found the latest autofocus settings on the S5 to be more than adequate. So I'm heading to Brooklyn Bridge right now, and I found probably the only part of Manhattan today that isn't like elbow to elbow crowded. Weather's nice, 55 degrees, mild. Pretty nice day to vlog. I regret not bringing the 100 to 400 zoom lens with me, but I did not anticipate there to be so much going on today. Courthouse. I'm going to be going to the Brooklyn Bridge now, filming on the 20mm f1.8. Yeah, the f1.8. And this combination, again, works really well for what I'm doing. I've got the Rode Wireless Go 2 coming in the mail. That could be exciting. I'm going to see how that works. I really like to try that with the Panasonic S5 because I never, ever have audio issues with the Sony A7S III. I do wish there was more of a preamp situation in the S5 where I could really dial it down more. I think the most you can go on the S5 is -12, and that really doesn't work very well, especially when you're outside and you constantly have noise and different things going on. I realize the view is much better from this side of me than the other side. About to head on to the Brooklyn Bridge. What could await? What could await? So I've got to say, with this lens, the 20mm f1.8, I'm really digging the way it can get just things so wide, so much wider than even the 20 to 60 f3.5 to 5.6 on the Lumix S5. This 20mm is very, very wide. So a little bit busy today, maybe another time. But getting back to the Sony A7S III, this Peter McKinnon Mist 2 edition is really getting me in. It's neutralizing a lot of the sun right now. and it's doing a really, really good job. I actually cover this variable ND filter in another video, which I'll link in the description below, and it's definitely superior to the first edition. Oh, and before anyone asks, this is once again the S-Cinetone picture profile. I really am digging S-Cinetone. This is maybe the third or fourth vlog I've done where I'm using the S-Cinetone picture profile on the A7S III, and aside from filming in S-Log 3, this is the one I use the most. It has not been this full in quite a while. It's about golden hour here, and I'm going to get some sunset footage in a minute and just see how this looks with the Peter McKinnon Mist 2 Edition variable ND filter. Usually I dial down the exposure with shutter speed, like I increase shutter speed to a pretty high level to be able to compensate for all that light coming in, because I do like to keep this lens at f1.8, which maybe that's a bit overkill for a vlog, but I like the 1.8 look. This is my first time using this handheld tripod for a vlog. So what do you think? Now, there will likely be a crop by the time I do catalyst browse, because that's just the nature of stabilization and post-production. It will crop in. I mean, it crops in when it's just steady shot too, but it also crops in with catalyst browse significantly at times too. There's that sun. A few of you were commenting that in one of the other A7S III videos I did, the highlights were clipping. So I set the auto exposure and that compensation down to -0.7. Magic hour upon us. How is this looking? Is it getting those weird orange embers like before on the S5? That's the thing with these variable ND filters. It's really hard to get it right where you're not having any color warping or changes when you're using it. So anyway, what do you think? How's this handheld tripod looking? I mean, I'm using it right now with a grip on the bottom feet, and it's holding pretty well, pretty steady. It's actually lighter than the one I usually use. I'll link down in the description below to both tripods. So anyway, thank you very much for watching, and as always, if you found this video helpful or insightful, please give a big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, comment below, let me know what you think, and I'll see you in the next one.